Why hello there, my name is Freckris and welcome back to Let's Play Dream Daddy. I'm gonna stick to my resolve and go dad book to dad book from here on out, so these might be 45-minute episodes or further. I just really want to keep it kind of organized, because I'd like to make playlists on, you know, each dad going around, so it'll have a Craig playlist and a Matt playlist. I don't know. I might do it, I might get lazy and not do it, but I still kind of want to stick to that. So I'm going to try to stick with dad book to dad book, so these are going to be longer episodes from here on out. But the first thing I'm going to do is going to do the second date with Robert. I know there's nothing that's going to happen with this one because it's all null, but I'm going to try it anyway, just to see what happens. He's probably going to ignore me, and it's probably going to be short and simple. And if that's the case, then I'll just move on to Damien. Had a lot of fun with Robert last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times. Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this will procure the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger into the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie? I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on Grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. It's salt. God, why can't I remember that secret ingredient is? It's definitely salt. Oh, it's salt. Duh. Just a pinch of salt to bring out the natural sweetness of the cherries. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. No, scoop off a little bit on the top. You'll be fine. Finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. The kid loves a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you caught me. Nothing? I've been leading a double life. Fine, you caught me. I was hoping to butter you up so that you would take me shopping later, maybe buy a new tool set. Classic role reversal. I respect that. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on the rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it an art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, Was it an art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? How do you do that? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the pie, Panda? Cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite.
No.
Ah, what's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right, this pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleeve is on fire! I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Men and I clean up the kitchen. I pay a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. I hope he's okay. Turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Freckris. Hey, Freckris, come hang out with me. What? Oh, what is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Well, that's not exactly subtle. Winky face. But I mean, I did have fun with him the other night. Okay, winky face, go to bed. Yeah, okay, winky face, sure, I'm in it to win it, whatever. I'll be right over. You gotta kick me out. You gonna kick me out this time? Maybe. Hurry up. Is this a booty call? It might be a booty call. I reluctantly throw on my jacket and head outside. When I get to Robert's place, the door is already unlocked. As much as I feel like hooking up with Robert again, as much as I feel like hooking up with Robert again is maybe not the best idea. That's a problem for tomorrow's Freckris. Hey. Oh, hey. So, how are things? Robert stares at me. I know you're not here for small talk. I shrug. Yeah, you got me. Robert closes the gap between us and whispers a series of increasingly filthy things in my ear as he backs me into his room. Oh, okay, I mean, we can do that, that's fine. I'm starting to think maybe this was a good idea after all. For another one-night stand, probably not. Hey. Robert nudges me awake. Oh, hey. Are you kicking me out? Hey. Kicking is a strong word. It's more like a gentle, friendly push. Gentle and friendly are not words I would ever use to describe Robert. I sit up and stretch. Oh god, I'm so sore, and I haven't had hickeys like this since college. Jeez. I'm not doing this again if you're just gonna force me to leave. Yeah. You'll say that next time, too. I throw my clothes back on while Robert smokes a cigarette on his balcony. See you around, I guess. Yep. Yeah, okay. I walk back home, my bones creaking. Ugh, what's his problem? Day complete. Poker buddy? I like how that's like the shortest boop ever.
Maybe if you were hotter.
Hey. Excuse you. Alright.
Welcome.
So, I'm just gonna jump into Damien because that was not long enough for anything fun. With the flourish, why not? I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad book and I start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter! Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Freckris, I hope you'll find my continued correspondences endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiments that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Freckris, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world for me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, Damien Bloodmarch. Well, all right. Man and I both look up from the letter. Wow, he's good. So, you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbuck and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. Hey. You have to write him back, a real letter. But My handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Same. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out and sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Ah, that one's good. Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when you tried to... Hey, remember when your son tried to cast of Amontillado that kid? You've been good. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Jeez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trekking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up. I'm gonna go with the first one. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored by the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Whoa. Let me, get at that. I like that one. Dad. Whoa. I saw it on TV. I am not an actually intelligent person. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I'd very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. I go with that one. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, hard daps, namaste, will carry on. Best wishes. And then I sign my name, my full name, fancier that way. Freckris Michael Dudester III. Is that okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Aw, my handwriting is just that bad, actually. Freckris Dudester. Yeah, let's ship it off. It's the best I can do. You spelled his name wrong. Did I? Oh no. Oops. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. She's gonna go get a candle. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form the pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess... Stop making clutch happen. Well, I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. They're extinct. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. What are you talking about? I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot and in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. We stand by the window and look out longingly. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? Wow. Ouch. I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon?
Huh.
I didn't hear anything. What?
Huh. What?
What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. You can get me dots. I like dots. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. I also like Twizzlers. Just saying. My dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, and how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha, good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. Poor Damien doesn't like gore or anything like that. We wait in line a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even started yet. Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh no! What a cutie! Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
What?
You must be joking. I love horror movies. Don't lie to me, hun. Lights dim for the film. Damien screams, ow! This game is so loud. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters, Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Romulus Bad Blood, awaken my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy, it is time. The three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Oh no. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you! Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the cinema. Or the camera. I thought it would be 4D. There'd just be blood splatter across the room. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
What?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kinda cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it! I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke, point out a plot hole, ask what's happening. Dad joke. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail?
What?
Where? To the retail store. Aha! I yell that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face. Good one, Freckris. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked a romantic comedy better. We got to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Bad Blood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Yeah, okay. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out hard.
Oh my.
The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3 evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Oh, so much cheese. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's still a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. I'm so eloquent. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk in the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. Well, thanks. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn, okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks, cool, okay. Thanks. There we go, that's a good one. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We can maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend, I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Freckris, trust me. We're eating dead people? I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The nightlights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Where'd that come from? Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you okay with being in a graveyard, but you have trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't... He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. Actually, I did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. I sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Oh no! What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking more an animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof. Oh. It's a dog. As it finally comes into light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. Oh, what a cutie. Look at this cute little boop. And a boop a snoot. Dog trots over to Damien and sniffs his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Hey, it's Robert. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure, wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Do Boston Terriers have tails? I thought they had nubbins. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again? Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or Maltese. From what I heard, it was for pleasure. Yeah. You know, peanut butter? I could be wrong on that, but that's from what I heard. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends his hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Freckris, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Aw, wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. Yoo-hoo! I'll dry my tears for those I've lost. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. I didn't see you exchanging handkerchiefs. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes, how was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is scared. Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep that between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's cool. He's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Freckris. GG. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? It's kind of small. How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Thanks. Date complete. Woodworking. Oju-sama, huh? Yes!
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
Alright. I never watched Lost Boys. Alright. So I have made it back to Dad Book on more than just a booty call. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. So thank you very much for joining me. Check out annotations for other videos that I've done. Share, subscribe, and socialize, and all the other fun stuff in the YouTubes down there. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, and my freckly face is out of here. Bye!